I'm
Yeah.
creative. You're creative too. There's certain things like,
Oh,
yeah,
thanks.
you're a drummer. Yeah, you have your outlet with the figures and stuff like that. But like, you're more than just one thing.
Yeah. Yeah. And then and dad on top of it. You're a
Yep.
dad too, right? Yeah.
Yep.
So
Two
it's like
kids.
that's 3.
Two kids here.
Oh, 2. Oh, okay. I have 2 also. I think that to me that jump from 2 to 3 looks enormous.
Yeah.
It's not just one more. It seems like it's just a completely different world. But
I
yeah.
got one from each divorce. So I mean, I'm hoping for a hat trick. Maybe. I mean, I could try
Oh.
for it.
I'm unloading the meat. I'm loading the meat. I'm unloading the meat. I'm loading the meat. I'm unloading the meat. I'm loading the meat. I'm unloading the meat. I don't even know what it means, what it is, what it is, what it is, what it is, what it is. I'm unloading the meat. I'm loading the meat. I'm unloading the meat.
What's up, guys? Welcome to Unloading Meat. Yes, we are doing another fantastic webcam interview, and I am so grateful to have this next guest on the show. If you can't tell behind me, I'm a fan of action figures. And this guy, in all honesty, got me through COVID in a period that was really hard for me. And I'm so excited to have somebody that is really, truly inspirational to me on the podcast. So please give it up for the one and the only Russ, aka ShartimusPrime. What's up, Shartimus? What's up, Russ?
What's up, Jared? How you doing?
I think our fan bases are gonna like freak out whenever they see like the continuous shot of our
It looks awesome,
figures.
right? The collection just keeps on going,
Like, I don't know if you have like, if you're a completionist, you have 100% all Marvel Legends, but I mean, if we put them together, I think we can get close.
Yeah. For whichever ones I don't have, I'm sure you probably have over there.
Yeah, I mean, you're more you started with Toy Biz, right? So I mean, you got everything. So like, I don't have a lot of Toy Biz. I got a little bit. I started my Marvel collecting was when what are they called? The felt figures, the ones that were in the comic book covers, they were back with like KB Toys. They had like the Aunt May. They were like the soft goods figures.
Oh, the Migos?
They weren't the Migos. They were the ones that looked like they were like in the fake comic book covers, and they had like an Aunt May. They had a Spider-Man. I'm trying to remember what they're called. Oh, it's gonna bother me.
You got me stumped right away. Damn.
Oh.
No, I don't know. Felt cover comic book with not the Kenner figures, or
I don't think it was the Kenner. Aunt May.
So somewhere between Kenner figures and Toy Biz Legends, somewhere between there.
I remember the Aunt May was like a one you had like was a rare one. Oh, it was the Marvel Famous covers.
Oh.
I don't know if you remember those.
No, apparently I don't know squat about them. Shoot.
Picture. So you can see it. So that's the Aunt May, and you would get that, and you'd open up the cover, and it has soft goods.
Oh wow!
And there's a ton of them. They had a whole line of them back in the 90s and early 2000s. They had Spider-Man and his black symbiote. They had a lot of different ones. Venom. And then they got discontinued. I think Wolverine has one. And I think a lot of those got used back in the day for the Toy Biz magazine when they do those comic strips in the back.
Oh, yeah.
When they do like, I think there's like action. I can't remember what it was, but it was like a comedy skit they had every month.
Yeah. The Twisted Toy Fair Theater.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, that's it. They used a lot of those for that. So like that Thor, the Hulk, all those soft goods figures that you would see came from that line.
Oh, I thought those were all Mego figures this whole time.
And you can get them for cheap. They're actually like that Aunt May was an exclusive, you had to like mail in, and you could find her for like $10 now.
Oh wow!
And I collected like 10 or 20 of them. There's like, I think there's like 30 total. Because I think there's a one that's even a 2-pack that's like Carnage and Venom or something like that. And they're just cool. They're just really neat little figures, and that's what started my hobby. And then it wasn't until later I got into the Marvel Legends and started this.
Yeah, I think for me, I wasn't really collecting around that time. I think I had gone through. There was this brief period of like 2 or 3 years, like in my late teens, early 20s. So I got back into collecting again. If I remember correctly, I kind of got out of it at around the age of 18, and then got back into it around the age of 21. So I think it was somewhere around the years of like 99 or year 2000 to 2003. 2003 is when I got back into it. So by that time, I think like Toy Biz Legends have been out just for a little while, and then I caught on a little bit late. However, there were still Series 1 Legends on the shelves when I was out there looking for them and stuff. That's what got me wanting them, was those early figures. Well, they're part of, Well, actually, it was the Spider-Man. This for me, it actually started with this guy right here, the Spider-Man series. This
Ooh,
magnetic hand Spider-Man figure right here
nice.
is where it all started. So yeah,
That's Toy Biz. What series was that? Right?
yeah, this is a Toy Biz. I call it the Spider-Man series. So not Spider-Man Classics, but it was the red carded Spider-Man line that it just had like a Mark Bagley Ultimate Spider-Man image, and the card was all red and it had little spider logos going down the sides. So I call that the Spider-Man series. And
Yeah.
it was part of that. The Kick-Ass Toy Biz Daredevil came from that wave. And
Well, I
yeah,
mean,
there's
you are
a bunch
a.
of good
I
figures.
don't want to say you're the foremost authority, but I mean, you have a lot of pull in the comic reviewing way. I mean, like Bucky Cat mold and like terminology and stuff like that. Like, I'm not saying like you're
Oh,
the one
yeah.
that invented that, but like it's stuff that's like into the lexicon because of people like you. Like, it's something that just kind of comes up. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. I've taken many phrases that other people have said and repeated them enough to where a lot of other people think of me when they think of those phrases, but I wasn't the one that came up with any of them. So I'm just an idea thief over here.
No,
but
it just
it's
shows you how
true,
many
though.
times Hasbro reuses the same mold.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm just reusing the same words. But like Century Productions, he coined the term ankle pivot. I guess we didn't know what to call it. So,
Yeah.
Century Productions came up with ankle pivot, and it was everybody that year that was, that initial year of people getting on YouTube talking about Marvel Legends. It really seemed like 2009, 2010 is when that was really happening. And Century called it ankle pivot, and it's like everybody else was calling it ankle pivot. We didn't know what else to call it. It's like this weird twisting, and So, but I've said it a lot, and it's spread out now. Whenever I hear somebody say ankle pivot, I think, I wonder if they watch my videos. They said ankle pivot. So
Yeah.
but could be someone else though. It's not
Hey, and you
always
got big
me.
time Spidey, man.
And that's big time Spider-Man. No one can take that from me. Yeah, right over there.
And you got his sign, man. Right? You got the other one, right? Didn't you get one?
Yeah,
signed?
that was an awesome moment. God, talk about like ultimate geek out. Like, damn, like getting the
Told you, man.
honor
I'm a
of-
fan.
Thank you. Yeah, no, that really meant a lot. Getting that kind of recognition, like, nowadays a lot more people are on the internet doing this. There, like I said, like there's an influencer for every single genre.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like window washers are influencers now, and plumbers are influencers. Like your doctor's an influencer. Everybody's an influencer nowadays. But like I've been doing this for 15 years, and the majority of that time people couldn't understand what the hell I was doing, or like or it was like really weird. Or for the most part, people were like really interested and curious. Like, well, how does that work? You make videos on the internet, and you get paid for it. Like, how you get ads? Like, how does that? People just constantly always asking me about that, and it just kind of blows my mind nowadays that like everybody is pretty much doing it. Like everybody's doing it, and it's cool. It's pretty awesome, but it's just like the tone about it has changed, and then it seems like the tone is changing again. Like I think that now being an influencer sometimes gets like kind of discussed in a douchebag kind of way, and I'm like, you know what, man, I'll forever be proud of doing this. This is something I always felt like was a calling for me, and I love doing it. And so I always be proud of it and do it for as long as I possibly can. So.
Well, I mean, like I said, you're an inspiration, man. Because, like I said, like I was a fan, and I still am. COVID was a hard time for a lot of us, and people putting content like that, like out, what you did was like just it got me going. Because like I stopped collecting for a long time. I collected as a kid, Star Wars, Kenner stuff. I'm a big Power Rangers guy. I got Tommy tattooed on my arm.
Oh, I got to meet him once, man. He was awesome.
That's kind of what got me out of my shell in COVID. I've said it on the podcast before. He came to a con in Tulsa. It was like in August or so. It was like a month before he died. And in COVID, I was like my anxiety went out of control and stuff like that. And I was a recluse. I did not go out very often. Didn't go to crowd. I still have a lot of anxiety and like panic attacks with crowds. And I'm a stand-up comedian, but I do it.
Wow.
But well, thanks.
Dude, kudos. Talk about jumping into the flames.
Yeah.
Shit.
And like he came to Tulsa, and I kind of like I don't know, pussed out, if you want to say, or I wussed out, and I didn't go, and then he died.
Oh man.
And like I said, I have his tattoo. Like I have a whole Power Rangers display, a whole Green Rangers. Like I'm a huge Tommy guy, and so that got me out of my shell. I was like, okay, I can't let that happen again, and it pushed me out to get back out.
Yeah.
And that I always remember that. Like he was very important, and like it kind of gave me this philosophy, you know, post therapy, post a lot of stuff. It's just always remember to give people their flowers whenever they're alive.
Yeah.
So like even people like you, man. Like I'm grateful.
Oh.
Like I want to tell you in person. I'm grateful for you being on here, but I wanted it's cool to have you in person and say like, dude, ShartimusPrime's here. I'm talking to him in person, and like this is the guy that helped inspire this. Because like I'm not doing toy reviews, I'm not doing action figure stuff, but it is a hobby. It's a passion of mine. But this is probably the most genius thing I ever did for a set, because if I have strangers like my set, you see my studio, like I have my couch, it goes all the way around.
That is so cool.
And then I'm working on flyers around the HasLab stuff.
Oh, and the packaging's up there.
Yep,
yeah,
I made murals out of the packaging.
Great. I just cut some up myself yesterday, right before recycling.
Yeah, so that's mine, and then I got the hammer and the Galactus, like so like I'm trying to like, you know, inspire that, but it's one of those things where if I don't know somebody on the couch, the first 30 minutes of every show, no matter what, I can at least talk about something here because it's something relatable.
Mm-hmm.
And I can be like, hey, did you watch Power Rangers? Did you watch Transformers or something? And they can relate to something, and we can bond over that.
Yeah.
And I like to say my podcast is not about action figures, not about comedy. I've interviewed wrestlers. I had a guy from America's Got Talent. I interviewed him yesterday, Ryan Neiman. Awesome. And if they're an entertainer, there's somebody that is just a great conversation, I want to have them on.
Nice.
And that's so, awesome. Like I said, Tommy, I missed the opportunity to talk to Jason David Frank. One of my inspirations is Kevin Smith, a couple other comedians, stuff like that. And so it's my thing of like, if they're coming through Tulsa, or if they're coming through this area, or if I'm able to talk to them, I want to be able to talk to them and give them their flowers. So again, thank you to you, man. This is awesome.
That means a lot, really. It really does mean a lot, because it's you know, the internet space is a harsh place. Yeah. You know what I mean? So hearing that, I sincerely mean it. It does mean a lot to me. Thank you. Thank you.
No problem, man.
It really does.
I like I said, I don't pull no punches, man. I can't anymore. Yeah. I'm a no filter kind of guy.
Awesome. Oh, thank you. Now you gotta tell me everything that's wrong that I've done.
Okay.
Okay.
Did you watch the last debate? No.
Oh yeah. I did a live stream during the debate. I didn't realize that the debate was going on. And I was like, oh crap, the debate's happening. Oh wow. And I was like, okay, let's just watch the debate during the live stream.
I bet that comment session was nice and civil, right?
Yeah. No, we only teased it. Like we actually, you know, we just joked around about doing that. Like, how funny to come onto a Toy Talking live stream and all they're doing is watching the debate.
Yeah.
It was so bad. But no. We kept talking about Marvel Legends and stuff. So yeah.
Well, it's like, I'm not sure if you're a wrestling fan or not.
No, I'm not. I never really got into it. But I respect it. I think it's fun as hell. It's one of those things I wish that I got into.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know, my uncle, I think for a long time pushed me away from it. I was into it when I was really young. My older cousins are all into it and stuff. I used to draw the wrestlers. I remember I even watched that there was like a WWF cartoon back in the day, Saturday morning cartoon.
Yep.
Remember watching that. And then like one time I was watching you know, WWF with my cousins, and my uncle came in and just said, "What do you guys think? This is all rigged. The whole thing's fake. Look, yeah, you think he's gonna lose, but watch, he's gonna get his energy back any second now. He's gonna get his energy back, and he's gonna be fine. Look, see, there he goes, and then look, he wins." And I was like 7 years old, and my cousins were like, "No, it's not fake. It's not fake." I'm like 7, like, yeah, it is fake. No, man's got a point.
Yeah.
And then I hated wrestling, and I thought it was stupid up until I got into high school, and I was watching this. It was A. Guerrero versus Brock Lesnar.
Ooh.
And I was at my friend's place. All my friends are into wrestling, by the way. Like everybody, like, but
with our backgrounds, people just assume with me.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, so if it wasn't for that, I'd totally be into it. But I totally got the theater of it when I saw that Eddie Guerrero versus Brock Lesnar match, and I was like, oh, it's a theater of it. Like there's like the showmanship theater charisma thing going on. That's all about it, and the drama. That's all scripted. Like the drama's scripted and stuff, but those guys are really getting smacked around. Like they're really taking some of them. Like they're getting hit when they're not supposed to get hit and everything, and.
I like to say like maybe it would have gone over better, the whole fake controversy if it like back in the 70s and 80s we had the word spoilers, like no spoilers, like because introduced that like 20 years ago. People were like, oh okay,
right, yeah.
But speaking of which, I have something just right off camera. Let me grab it real quick because there's something on this topic I want to bring up. This episode of Unloading Meat is brought to you in part by Tulsa Degenerates, because comedy unions. So I don't correct a lot of WWE stuff. Like I'm mostly Marvel Legends, Hasbro. Having Hasbro has me, by the balls. I'm a Hasbro fan.
yeah.
But some of the WWE stuff I do collect is, a lot. I said earlier, like with our backgrounds, people might assume we're wrestling fans just by, being action figure fans, stuff like that. That genre.
Mm-hmm.
I don't collect a lot of wrestling figures, but I do collect wrestling figures that are based on like Marvel Legends. So
like customs?
No, like there's actually a lot of wrestlers that are just like Marvel fans and stuff like that, and so they wear like entrance gear that's kind of inspired by like Marvel and stuff. And so then Mattel will come out and make like their version of it. So like this is the Johnny Gargano with Wolverine. And that's an actual licensed figure.
Oh, so so it's a crossover thing.
Yeah, but it's unofficial basically. It's like he wore an inspired outfit at like a pay-per-view, and so they made a figure of it.
So Mattel made that.
Yeah, Mattel made that. It's not licensed by Hasbro.
Oh,
that's real.
See. Oh.
And so that's how they're getting around it. So there's just a lot of those that you can see in like wrestling figures that are not quote unquote authorized. But Mattel's doing it.
Wow. Okay.
So I started collecting a few of those.
Oh, that's sneaky. I like that.
Yeah. Yeah. So I thought that I'd bring that up because I thought that was just kind of clever how they're doing that.
Yeah. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, because there's an Iron Man one, there's the Venom one, there's a couple different ones they have.
Oh, who's the Iron Man one?
I think it's Johnny Gargano again, because he had a lot of different ones. Like he had to just have a vest, and like he has a lot of different Marvel ones that he's done inspired. Gotcha. And they can kind of get away with it, just not just like it for likeness purposes. They'll make a figure out of it.
Well, maybe they're like friends now and everything. Because did you see that the Optimus Prime Hot Wheels figure?
Oh yeah.
So they like teamed up for that. So maybe they're like, they got, I just want to have white flags up, and they're kind of just.
I just want to see what's going to happen with Rangers. I mean, like Lightning Collection seems like it's kind of dying away.
Yeah, I mean, I think I got all the MMPR monsters that I needed. I got them all. Like I have all the MMPR ones. More so than I could even fit on the shelf. I'm gonna have to put away some other figures to make room for them. But like, I'm pretty much done collecting my Power Rangers stuff. Like I have all the things that I need from it now.
Yeah.
I'm mostly an MMPR kind of guy, so it's like, like that's all. I got the Zord Ascension figures, and those are awesome. I'm looking at my Dragon Zord Megazord right now.
I'm looking at I still have my the last ones. What were they called? The Legacy. The die-cast, the last ones Bandai did before they lost license. Bandai America. The Legacy ones.
Yeah.
Because I got Titanus, I got the 3. And then like every year I kind of dust my displays off, and then like with Transformers or Power Rangers, if they're like an Ultra Zord or something like that, every year I dust that. I also change the configuration.
Oh, good. Oh,
so like just kind of freshen it up. So like if they're Transformers, I'll just change their mode to car mode or whatever. And then like just every year I just refresh my setup like that.
Nice. That's a good idea. I don't know if I could do that with my Transformers show. Shoot.
Well, I have a lot of different sound waves and like star screams and stuff like that, and Megatrons, of course. So like, I can always alternate all those, and like, it just looks fresh every year.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah. I don't know if I could do that with mine. that would be a hell of a project. I have them all kind of piled in. I don't know if I could show you. I don't mind showing you. If you can see.
Oh wow! And the
Dragon Ball shelf is all over the place. I know that one's all messed up.
This is the stuff I don't usually get to see on camera. Yeah.
There you go. But yeah, you can see how like they're all in their robot mode like that. I have
Yeah.
Rock Lords up there.
Very nice.
So yeah, so if they're all if I transform them all, that's gonna be complicated.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm luckily I got this room pretty cleaned up.
As you're wearing a Megatron shirt.
Yeah, I lost I ruined the beautiful shot.
So we can talk Transformers just for a second. I mean, like, I just gotta say, what's your over under on how many more Transmetals we're gonna get in Legacy or whatever the next line is? Because like,
oh, I have no idea. You know, the fact that I'm not really into. Okay, so
Beast Wars.
No. I love Beast Wars. It's just that they're making a lot of figures for like RID and the Armada.
Yep.
And
Or
all the
Spark or
stuff
whatever
the stuff that I really never got into.
Yeah.
And or what was it? The Cybertron? No, not War for Cybertron. That's not what I'm thinking of. There's another one, Cyberverse, something like that. I can't remember. I never got into it. But Armada, RID, like I didn't get into those, and I can't remember the name of the other one. But anyway, to me, it's just like a toss up. Like I have no clue what's happening. And they throw in 86 stuff. They have their Studio Series stuff coming in. I guess I mean that's not part of Transformers Legacy United or anything, but like to me, I'm just kind of like I have no idea what's coming up at all.
Yeah, because I'm a huge Beast Wars guy. Like they released that Silverbolt, and I thought it was like that's an awesome upgrade to the classic.
Yeah.
Like I love that Silverbolt. I still have it on my desk somewhere. Yeah, I have him.
Mine's right down here.
Mine's right here. Like I love this guy. I'm a huge Silverbolt guy. And then Tigerhawk. So like they put out both of those guys close together. But like I want to see a quick strike. I want to see the Transmetals. I know we got like the Transmetal 2 Megatron Dragon kinda. Yeah, I mean, it was a good update. It was smaller, but it was okay.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. And I don't think they're gonna do the vac metal thing. So it's like that's so to me, I'm like, it's kind of like the Silverhawks kind of situation where it's like, look, you know, I'm okay with just collecting the old ones. I thought those figures were so damn good. Like that was like the period where I was still that was like towards like the end of my collecting before I had that break, you know. So, you know, late 90s, early 2000 kind of period. So it was more like late 90s, but
because that's kind of what I like with like, I mean, I brought up the Silverbolt. Like the original Silverbolt, like his wings wouldn't fold down. Like so, like they weren't show accurate in my opinion. Like when he had robot mode, but they were still a good figure. But like some of those season 1 figures that you could tell were clearly done like on concept imaging and stuff like that. They weren't done from like the show.
Right.
They weren't quite show accurate. Once they got to the Transmetals in later seasons, those figures were pretty close. Like Rampage, the Crab, and stuff like that. Those are awesome figures.
Damn, I have Rampage and Death Charge on display still. Like they like nothing's like this. Like,
Optimal Optimus, like those are cool figures.
My original Optimal Optimus is right there too. Yeah, like it can't be moved.
Yeah, so like just finding those secondhand, like in my opinion, like if I was going to build a Beast Wars display, besides just like Masterpiece stuff like that, like just like maybe a mix between like the legacy stuff and like the classic Transmetals, like might make a good ultimate display.
It would. I almost, you know what? It's like I don't want it because it would have to take my money. Yeah, like like it's kind of one of those where I'm like, please don't do that. Yeah, if you do that, I'm gonna have to get them all. Yeah, and I already have all the originals, and I don't know where to put all the originals already. Because I'm running out of space. Because I love what they did with like everything that I've gotten from the Beast Wars line recently. Yeah. I love. Yeah, and they fit in with the Rhinox and the Waspinator that came out like what 6 years ago.
Yeah, I saw your video with the Waspinator. Yeah, you used the classic one or the one that came out.
Yeah. Like I know it's classic. It feels like it wasn't that long ago, but it was a while ago. That Rhinox and Waspinator came out a long time ago. So the fact that all the other figures fit in so nicely.
Yeah.
I
wish was it like the 30th anniversary Rat Trap? I wish he was in scale because he's bigger.
Yes, like I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
because he even has like the detachable grenade that pops out of his arm.
Yeah,
and I'm like, the attention to detail was amazing. And so like maybe if we can get like a Transmetal Rat Trap where his wheels were like behind him, like where the back piece rotates, that would be kind of cool. Because I know the original figure was like it was backwards whenever you transformed into robot mode. His wheels were on his butt instead of behind his shoulders.
Oh, God, I played with that toy so much. I didn't realize that the tires were in the wrong spot.
Yeah, they were on his ass because he folds out. Yeah.
Right. It was the legs, and then you tuck those in, and then you could pop out the tires.
Yeah. So all you need to do is just make a swivel and kind of like the Silverbolt, just rotate his back
Oh,
and it'd be show accurate.
nice. Okay.
Yeah. I'm a nerd. I'm that guy for attention to detail, man.
Yeah, no, I know they would crush it. I know they would crush it. That like the Dinobot, the Black Arachnia,
yeah.
like those are both stellar figures. I love the Megatron.
Yeah. Which, by the way, I will say they had to take my money. I had to go track down that like 4-piece set from Target exclusive to get the alternate Black Arachnia so I could swap the legs, so I can have brown legs.
Oh shit! Oh, instead of black legs,
they're
supposed to be brown. Okay.
So like that Target exclusive 4-pack, you can get the other one and she has brown legs and you just swap them on her arms.
Oh damn it!
Oh no, I'm sorry. That's what I had to do. I had to have it show accurate for my display.
Oh, damn it! I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let it go. I think I could let it go. I really love that figure, so I'm gonna let it go.
Yeah, that's one of those figures that was also like highly stolen out of people's packs at Target and stuff. People just rip them off the displays.
Oh, just taking those arms.
Yeah, and so like you'll see a lot of Mercari and eBay like listings for that pack, and it just has that figure gone, and you can tell it's like just ripped out. And it's like Target clearance packs. People got them for like $6 or $10, and they're trying to flip them.
Yeah.
It happened with like like they had X-Men '97. I love that series. Fantastic. I love also you have kids. I have kids. I love in this day and age that my 7-year-old daughter can get toys of X-Men like Rogue and Storm and have an action jet playset for kids. That's not just Marvel Legends. It's like one tier lower. I can't remember what they called them.
Oh yeah,
it's like the 4-inch line
figures. Yeah.
But they had like an X-Men '97 line, and like it had the X-Jet with Storm. It had Rogue, Gambit, all those, and Jubilee, and like she's in there and she can play with that stuff. And like back in the 90s, I mean, X-Men had a lot of action figures, but like there wasn't stuff that was also like, I don't want to say unisex, but like stuff that like girls could really just be like, oh, I can play with this. And nowadays it's with this new show, it's there on the shelves. It's really nice.
Yeah. No, I think they're pretty good. I think, and back then I think there was more of like a stigma, like the gender stuff was like a lot more hardcore back then, because like my two like best friends growing up, they had like she would want to play with us, but she didn't because it was like, oh, that's for boys kind of thing.
Yeah,
and we could tell that she did want to play sometimes, but like you tell like, oh, whatever, and
well, it's like the parents that are famously like, oh, Bill, you can't have this figure, this Power Ranger because it's yellow or pink. You need to get one of the red or the blue ones.
No. Yeah, her mom would tell her like, oh, you can't play with them because they're boys. You can't play with them. I'm like, oh, okay. I was like, ah, damn, that sucks. So but yeah, my wife, she did get to play with her cousins and stuff, and she was always Storm. She would always pretend she was Storm and X-Men and stuff. So she got to, I think that's one thing that helps her tolerate all of this is that she grew up with like cousins and uncles that are really into this stuff. So I went to like the first family party. Like I had a bunch of Marvel stuff on. Everyone was like, hey, oh, sick! And then like other uncles showed up with other Marvel gear on, and I was like, oh damn, everyone's like onto the comics, sick. That's awesome. So
well, I mean, like Marvel and the MCU is basically this generation Star Wars. I mean, it's kind of that and that lexicon stuff, man. And like it's a way to bond, and like representation's so super important, man. And like like Miss Marvel, the Disney Plus show came out, and then I know she's been in the Marvels, and like there's people that will try to have that narrative, like like, oh, we need to have strong females in every single show and stuff like that. But at the same time, as a father of 2 daughters, it makes me so happy to be able to sit down and watch a movie, and she's like, I love Miss Marvel because like she looks like me, kind of.
Oh,
like,
cool.
You know what I mean? Like my oldest daughter is half Latina, and just seeing a brown girl walking around in a superhero costume is fucking cool.
Yeah, it's kind of
that shit matters.
yeah. That happened with my youngest. So my wife and I are both half Hispanic, half white, or half Latin, half white, and she's fair skin. I'm darker, and so our oldest daughter is fair, and our youngest is dark, and she has black hair. Yeah. And same thing happened with her. She was really interested in Ms. Marvel, but my youngest overall gets more interested in the comic stuff more so than my oldest. My oldest is already kind of like, no, I don't want to see that, or like,
Yeah.
she thinks, oh, action figures are stupid, or she'll, she knows she's messing with me when she says that. It breaks my heart dearly. So she knows she's saying it to break my heart. But
are you ready for the teenage years? Are you gonna have a lock on that door so she didn't like come in here like, Dad, screw you, and just start throwing stuff?
Oh God, yeah, I'm not looking forward to that. God, yeah, that would be.
I'm just giving you multiple nightmares this episode. Yeah, I know. Like, as soon as this clicks off, you're like, man, I'm not getting the therapy. Like,
yeah, no, they had a. They know to respect the dork room. They try not to come in here, and they're actually really good about it and stuff. I don't think they would ever have the heart to do that.
I mean, I asked that question, but at the same time, that's the way my girls are. Like, I mean, I built this over here on the side of my house, this whole studio over here, and like they come in here and they know this is my office, this is my work. Like, this is the place where like there's a whole bunch of action figures and toys, and like every guest comes in here like, do you have to like keep your kids away from it? Like, no, it's just like they know it's my stuff and it's my office, and they just kind of have a respect for it.
Yeah.
Boundaries. Everybody has boundaries. You teach your kids and the lessons of it, and they can be respectful.
Right.
Within reason.
From a young age, yeah. I made sure that they didn't think it was okay to just come in here whenever. Like they know, like they can't be in here if I'm not in here with them.
Yeah.
That's like the number one thing.
Yeah.
But they had a friend over the other day, and they wanted to show her the dork room, and I'm like, I get scared having other kids in here. It's like even more scary. So
yeah,
but yeah,
if my kid just wants all the Transformers, I was like, okay, you can have the RED line.
Oh, cool. Oh, all right, sweet.
Yeah. No, just the non-transformable ones.
Yeah. You put, RE. Let's think.
Sorry,
RID. Yeah, no, I did not like those those red figures, Transformers figures. Those
they were soft too. Like they almost like a soft vinyl. It almost felt like they just felt loose. I don't know. Even the joints and everything on them, everything about them just didn't feel premium, even though they were kind of selling them as like a premium display piece almost for $20.
There's a YOLO Park and 3-0 seem to be like the two that way to go with that. But yeah, they try to capitalize on that non-transforming transformer thing. And Flame Toys 3-0 are actually the two that I prefer because they have their own stylized thing going on. I really like what they do, but yeah, I'm not a big fan of non-transforming Transformers.
Same. I mean, I can handle kibble on the back and stuff like that if it looks on the beast, especially beast modes. I have to take them with a grain of salt because it's beast. I mean, you're molding plastic and fur.
Let me ask you this: did you pick up one of these? Did you get this guy, the Missing Link Prime?
No, I did not.
This was something that I slept on at first, and I caught it like right before it went out of stock at BBTS. But holy crap, this is amazing! It's really weird. It's a G1 Optimus Prime, but it's fully articulated.
That's crazy. Yeah, like I see like the gold or the amber in the chest plate and everything like that.
Yeah, and it's the same size as the G1 Optimus Prime, so you could actually get him all posed perfectly like he's just a regular G1 figure, and you wouldn't think anything of it. Like you would just think, oh, okay, that's a G1 Optimus
Prime. I just need a fully articulated hot rod so I can blame him.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah, I would never. God. Why do you have to say that name?
I was waiting to see a reaction on that.
Why do you have to say that name?
I'm sorry, Judd Nelson.
It was all his fault, I swear. No, John Bailey, epic voice guy.
Yeah,
he was just here earlier, and
nice.
Yeah, we're just talking about that a little bit. Oh man, but yeah, this thing.
See, I'm just making you relive all your childhood trauma and everything.
Oh yeah, I was telling him, I was like, back in the day, I avoided watching that movie because if I didn't see the movie, Prime doesn't die.
Facts that could save your life.
That's true.
So that was my mentality back then. Just don't watch it.
That's why I skipped the first 10 minutes of Up.
Yeah.
There's a few movies, man, where I just like I will rank the first 10 minutes of Up there with like that scene in Misery where Kathy Bates breaks his leg. Like
the first 15 minutes of Up, is that like what the old couple and one of them dies?
Yeah. That montage of them growing up old and not being able to have a kid and stuff, and it's just all sad.
Yeah.
Like, way to start a movie and make me like just so depressed. I just want to like bawl my eyes out my popcorn.
Yeah. So check this out. Look at that. Does that look like just a regular ass G1 Optimus Prime now?
That's so cool.
Yeah. and the legs are kind of connected a little bit to keep them straight.
And the hands are not gigantic. Like it's like,
yeah, and they're part of the transformation.
oh, nice.
And they have articulated fingers.
That is so cool.
Yeah,
okay, I
so you
slept on
don't
that.
have
That
to
is
take
really
them-
neat.
You don't have to take them off and store them in the cab. Like
Yeah.
they just swing in on their own.
Because I'm sure, like you're like me, like I know with your collecting and stuff like that, and with your reviewing, you're gonna have to collect a lot more than like the average person. But like, I don't collect every prime. Like if I have a lot of primes, of course, but I don't have every prime. But like, you know, like especially depending on sizes and stuff, and like I'm happy with like Legacy and stuff like how they kind of just reached it all. Like it seems like one size. It seems like they're at least kind of being in uniform.
Right.
Because like some of those times were like were not in scale.
Yeah.
Those older lines, especially like the Headmaster. Oh, no, what was what was the one right before Legacy and stuff came in?
The Power of the Primes.
Yeah, Power of the Primes.
That
like
that one.
because I have that Orion Pax that turns into Optimus, like the giant one.
Oh yeah,
It's a cool figure. It's a cool Orion Pax until I got the Comic-Con one, the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. Which I mean, I love how they're reusing these molds, except for, I mean, I like the Megatron tank mold, but like I don't know if you saw like the recent announcement. They're reusing it again.
Yeah, I'm honestly not a fan of that 2-pack. I think I'm gonna pass on it, to be honest with you.
Same.
It's out of all of them, and $70.
Yeah.
Oh, ooh, that's a high. Like it's the most expensive one out of all the releases, and it's the one I want the least.
Yeah.
I was like, damn.
Well, I asked this on Twitter last time when I saw it. Like, how do you feel about the last Dinobot being a leader class, like Swoop? Like,
oh,
it's still leader. It's leader. It's like $54.99 or $60. I thought.
I thought, but weren't they all leader class though?
They all leaders, but I'm just saying, Swoop's a pterodactyl. I mean, how big can they make him?
But okay, because he's significantly smaller than the other ones. You're saying he should have been a lot cheaper.
I'm just wondering. Until I see him, I wish I could see him like in scale with the others. Like, I'm sure they probably have them, but like in my opinion, like a pterodactyl, it's kind of like if I go like Power Rangers. You know what I mean? Like the pterodactyl was always the tiniest one out of all the dinosaurs, and even the Dinobots.
No, I saw him at on display at WonderCon. There was a Hasbro thing at WonderCon.
Is he quite large? Is he at least worth, you think, that price point?
To be honest with you, I think he's a little small for that price point. I do think he's a little small for that price point, because now I'm trying to think about, because if he costs the same as all the others,
because I think even the first two like even came with the little like Daniel Witwicky figures and stuff like that too.
Yeah,
as accessories. I know Grimlock did.
Grimlock came with the wheelie, right?
Yeah, Grimlock with a wheelie, and then there was the Spike Witwicky or Daniel Witwicky the suit that came with one of them. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like that one threw me for a loop when they announced it. I was like, that's a leader class? I was like, whoa.
And I can't remember. And then I remember the wingspan looked a little on the small side too. Like the wingspan was a little on the small side, but I've got a space open for him over there next to the other Dinobots are waiting for him. So it's like, if they're gonna kick up that price point, it's not like I'm not gonna get it.
It's only taken like what 4 or 5 years to get the whole team. Like well, it's like I'm just hoping it's not like the role like the Stunticons, because like I went and got like Minosaur, and then like I started piecing them one by one, and then they're like, okay, here's the whole box set of all of them. You can just get them on Hasbro.
Man, that's what. I was kind of bummed out about that too. I was like, man, like give it a year.
I know. I already had 3 of them. I was like, damn it.
Oh yeah. See, and you didn't. I think for me, it was like I had just completed it, and then now you could get all of them together. And I'm like, all right, dude. Damn.
Well, it's kind of like whenever they did the Michael Bay Studio Series Constructicons, and like they had those out for a while, and like a lot of those like mixed master stuff were worth a lot of money, and they were so high on the secondhand market. And then they put out that box set, and it has additional paint apps and like the dusting and stuff on it. Like,
did I get that one or did I get the? I think I got the. I think I went and did the individual.
Didn't you do an upgrade kit or something on it too? I thought you did like the. I can't remember if you did an upgrade kit on it.
I did, yes.
Because it had like the balls that hang on it or something like that.
I got the balls and I got the face. That was a big part. And there was another chest piece and a head attachment too. But I'm looking up at it right now. It looks sick as hell.
Yeah.
I actually will frequently look up at it and just be like, damn, that's like, I'm so happy with that. And I remember, I think that was like the figure of the year for me too.
I'm unloading the meat. 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 Unloading the meat.
Oh, they're driving the poop vehicle.
What's up with 90s movies and they always have to have iconic shitty vehicles or vans like Dumb and Dumber?
I guess there were just plenty of them.
Plenty of Dukes of Hazzard fans back in the day.
Yeah. What if Hollywood actually has a name for that rust color paint?
Racism.
It's like Jimmy King said, this is America. I can be anyone I want.
Give me a shade more racist.
Unloading the meat. 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 Unloading the meat.
I love it when I have a figure that that I keep looking back at, that I've had for a long time, because you could question your sanity here and there. Like, man, I spent this much on what? You know what I mean? Like that go through your head. But then like I walk in here and there's some of them that I just stare at every time, and I'm like, God, that looks so sick to me every time.
Yeah.
Like I look at MP36 Masterpiece Megatron, like I look at that thing, I'm like, damn, that thing is so sick.
Yeah.
Or John was here earlier, and him and his girlfriend were noticing how I got the laughing Starscream head on my Masterpiece Starscream. Like, oh, that's great. Oh, that's perfect. I'm like, yeah, isn't it? Like, I just love how it looks like that. I got him posed, you know, with his hands on his hips, all laughing. So it just looks great. But that Devastator up there is sick. I just recently rearranged that movie shelf, and I'm just so happy with it. And stoked over my own collection.
You gotta kind of like. There's sometimes like I don't have a lot of Ninja Turtle stuff. I'm a big turtle guy, but like. I love the 90s NECA turtles, like the original 4 that they put out, even the big ones. And like in my opinion, like that's like peak turtle figures. Like those are so good. They look just like the movies. Like they're so perfect. And it's just like I still look at them now and I'm like, I have a whole display just around those 4. It's winter and April and stuff like that too. But like those figures are just I can look at them just like they're bouncing off the screen.
Yes. Yeah. Talk about nailing it, right?
Yeah.
Like every time I look at those, I think the same thing. And the expressions on the heads are just so damn good. Like the Donatello, it just all 4 of them. They're all 4 just so dead on.
Maybe it's something to do with like them like it's like them shrinking down like the rubber shoots. Maybe has something to do with it because like I feel the same way. I don't know. Did you collect the NECA dinosaurs figures?
No, I have. I saw some in the store, but I have not picked them up. No.
They're amazing. The Earl and the baby. Like just the details and like the shine that the light will pop off of them, man. It's just like honestly, man. If you see one on clearance, pick it up and review like the baby because like it's just like the accessories you get is insane for the value.
Nice.
Like it's so much. That's kind of how I felt about like the swoop. I'm like, man, for this little figure, I get a shitload of accessories on the NECA side.
Well, this is a funny thing about NECA, and I just find it I don't want to say humorous, but it always trips me out when there's something that like a concept or an idea that I have, and then I kind of could see that idea kind of be proven by how the community behaves. So here we go. For years, I've just been amazed that NECA was able to charge so little for their figures.
Yeah.
Like they really don't like really low. And for a long time, I told myself like they could get away with charging twice as much.
Yeah.
Well, since the COVID and everything that's gone down, they have gone up. Like Marvel, Hasbro's gone up. Everybody's gone up, but like NECA's really did go up in price quite a bit. But I don't see anybody making outrage videos.
No,
I don't see like I'm sure there's people pissed now. Some of the stores, some of the releases, I'm like, holy shit, it costs that much. I think it was like $40 for their cartoon turtles. I'm like, oh my god, that's a lot. But there's other figures that they've put out there that would have been $20 back in the day that are $40 now that I still have to get. And I'm like, yes, no, I'm getting that. Like, no, I have to get that. So it's like it just kind of shows like how much quality that they put into their sculpts and their paint apps, where it's just like it's just worth like they make it worth the price tag, the accessories, right? Like you know, like you're saying, they're really impressive stuff. But God, I've had to get more and more picky as time's been going on, man. It's
Well, I mean,
so many figures from so many lines. I don't even know where to put some of these figures.
I had to draw the line on my stuff too. Like I have some stuff over there. Like my living room's like a movie theater over there. I have my second stage or my second shooting, studio I'm working on. Yeah. And so like we have drop down blackout curtains and I have recliners in there and we have like a little movie theater. And it's where I'm doing React channel stuff now soon.
Cool.
But I have my Neca gargoyles over there. Because like I love the gargoyles line. I think that's phenomenal.
Yes, yeah. Those are one of the ones where it's like, no, it's just worth the price.
Yeah.
Like because I really want those. Like for the ones that you really want, spend that price point, which may feel premium, but it's like to me it feels worth it.
Well, that one, the Disney gargoyles with NECA really surprised me too, because like that's a Disney license, and I'm wondering like how much NECA is having to pay for that. Because then you look like, I mean, I'm sure you talk about on your channel a lot is like the Marvel license, the Star Wars license, how much that should cost Hasbro, and that's why we don't get a lot of accessories on some of those lines.
Yeah.
But like NECA could have Disney gargoyles, and they have like 20 accessories in each box, and they're $25, $30. I will say the Lexington is super breakable. I broke 2 of them. Just by twisting the arm barely, it breaks.
Oh, that's a good warm. I mean, I always warm up I actually haven't opened up all of my gargoyles, so some of them are on ice right now because I want to get them. I actually have a spot in the ceiling where I want them all gliding because
nice.
I don't want to have to deal with the hassle of trying to find all the relaxed wings. You know what I mean?
That's basically their Build-A-Figure is getting all the relaxed wings from all the other characters you didn't really want.
Right. Or there's that 2-pack that came out too. There's like there's
it's like Broadway.
No, the Goliath and Demona 2-pack, and they don't come with wide wings. They each come with just relaxed wings. But I don't know if it has something to do with there not being a middleman there at Disney, because I think it's just Disney property as opposed to it being Marvel.
Yeah,
and then go Disney, like Lucas, like you have your Lucasfilm, and then that's Disney. Like Lucasfilm and Marvel are subsidiaries of Disney, right?
Yeah.
So, but Gargoyles is direct to Disney. It's kind of like a G.I. Joe to Hasbro, right?
Yeah.
Like they don't have to. They have the license for that. So I think it's just.
It's like even like mentioning that Lexington, he's a smaller guy. So like I don't know if you open like or have looked at that figure. He has a crossbow. Has a crossbow with individual actual chain link chains to make the crossbow, and individual arrows you can knock into the crossbow.
Whoa, cool!
Like that much detail is in this for the accessories.
Nice.
Like they did a really good job on those. Like like that's one of my lines that I just like I have it in all its glory. I'm like, look at this. Like it's so cool with all their wings out and everything. Yeah. It's just a great line. I'm so excited if they. I hope. I don't know. There's always been a developmental hell with like Gargoyles doing like a live action reboot or something like that. I know there's talks of it.
That would cost so much.
I know. But like even if they did like an X-Men 97 with that, I mean X-Men 97 proved that like reboots can be good or like continuations can be good.
Yeah, that took so much work. They had so many people involved that were part of the original series.
Yeah.
Like, and I mean, God, talk about watching these people make excellent choices.
Yeah.
I think they just made so many excellent choices, and they handled everything with so much respect.
Yes, that's
God. They handled it with so much respect. Like, and some things that didn't make sense to me, I guess it makes sense to them. But like for instance, the voice actress who did the original Jean Grey.
Yeah,
like they didn't have her voice Jean Grey anymore. I'm like, okay, that's kind of weird. Like, why would they just bump her out? Yeah. Then I find out like, oh, she does the voice of Valerie Cooper.
Yep.
I'm like, oh, okay. So like for whatever creative, artistic decision, because that's how it comes off to me.
Yeah.
Like they didn't want to like put that. They didn't have a distaste for that voice actress. There's an artistic reason behind it.
Well, I mean, like it's also a point just being, frank. It's been like what 20 plus years, between. Her voice is gonna age. She's not gonna sound like a 20-something Jean Grey again.
Right.
And maybe I mean maybe that's what the choice did. But also they had Jennifer Hale, and they're like, if you remember, like X-Men 97, they had Jean Grey going through what Goblin Queen and everything. So like that's an intense performance, and Jennifer Hale nailed it in my opinion.
Yeah. No, she was fantastic.
The subtleties of Cal Dodd with Wolverine. I mean, like him and Morph, and like that bounce off like their relationship. Which that was the outcry on Reddit.
I saw that coming a mile
Yeah.
away. I could tell like Disney's like they're trying to stir shit up with
Yeah.
people that hate gay stuff.
Yeah.
And they're just gonna they're not gonna do that. I can tell that.
But
they
I will
won't
say that was a touching moment when Morph turned into Gene to say that to him. Like that got me. Like that was a touching moment, and like you could see the layers. Like it's just really good writing, in my opinion, on that part of it. Like that, like yes, you're gonna have. It's not like, in my opinion, it wasn't so much like the whole like having the one gay character in the reboot of Beauty and the Beast for like that 1 second. Like they had LeFou like dance with a guy for like 1 second in their live action reboot of Beauty and the Beast.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it caused like this massive outcry because Disney was like, "This is our first gay character in a live action Disney movie," and he's in like one frame at the very end of the movie in the dance sequence in the background.
Stop shoving it down my head. You're shoving it in my face.
Yeah.
Damn it, you're shoving it in my face. It's like, okay,
and then also it's character development. Like, I don't know, like, have you watched like the classic animated Beauty and the Beast, like from the 90s?
Yeah.
Remember that scene where like the wardrobe attacks those 3 dudes and like makes them cross dress basically?
Okay.
There's like 3 invaders that are trying to like burn the building down and the mansion down.
Out and they're already cross dressed or something, right?
Yeah. So they just took one of those guys, and his character development was he liked that. Like that unlocked something in him. And so at the end of the movie,
That's right.
he's just he's just dancing with LeFou. That's it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, they took the one little thing and they just expanded like one little bit. And I'm like, okay, that's clever.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. It's not.
He was like, achievement unlocked.
Yeah, this stuff it gets blown out of proportion like nowadays just for the hell out of like there's probably like if we were to go back in time and if you had the internet available, it's like the amount of things that we would see come out of like whatever we saw back then, like they make something out of anything now.
Yeah.
And it's like that's kind of like the sad part of having the internet is, people are able to just blow up over anything.
Well, I had a final question for you I was going to use with this, and I had an ultimate answer for that, but I'll use it here. When he said people get upset about anything, I was going to ask you my final question. Like, what's one like San Diego Comic-Con or one exclusive toy that you would love to have that they haven't announced or anything? Like one thing you really want? Like, what's your like must thing or must have you're like dying to have them redo or make or put out?
Oh, it's just like a hypothetical release?
Yeah, like a hypothetical, just something like on your wish list. And like it could be like Transformers related or just something like, if we can narrow it down, just like I have one from Transformers that I want to see a studio series for that I don't think they'll ever make, but I want to see it. You know, they're all about making like cosplay stuff for Power Rangers and stuff like that, and Hasbro has like the weapons stuff. I want to see some cosplay stuff from Transformers studio series. I want to see some cosplay Michael Bay studio series cosplay. So I want them to put out for San Diego Comic-Con a replica of that Romeo and Juliet law that he holds up that says that he can have sex with his underage daughter.
Wait, what?
Do you not remember that?
Wait. No. You blindsided me. Holy shit. Wait,
so Transformers the one with Mark Wahlberg, the first one.
Yeah.
Where he's the Boston scientist that lives in Texas named Cade Yeager.
And the underage girl. And
he has an underage daughter, and then like they get saved by that guy in a rally car, and he's like, "How old are you?" He's like, "Hey, sir, we dated before this because of the Romeo and Juliet law," and he busts out the actual law in his wallet.
Protected by the Romeo and Juliet laws.
We dated for a little while. I was a sophomore and he was a senior. It's fine.
No, it's not fine. We've got a pre-existing juvenile foundational relationship. Statute 2705-3.
What? Texas statute?
And it's like freeze framed on the screen, and
How
it
did
shows.
I forget that? Oh my god!
Like that's the most like pedo thing I've ever, like the creepiest thing ever, and they included it in a Michael Bay movie. Like he made that a plot point.
Yeah, I thought that was creepy. I was like, how come no one's talking about this guy? He keeps filming like underage girls like this. It's weird.
So I'm just saying, like, if we can get like a replica of like his wallet for like a San Diego Comic-Con, I mean, that's a studio series I had paid for.
Oh man, that's like the one exclusive that could get you in trouble for sure. Yeah. I think for me, I don't know. I'm looking up at Devastator. It's hard for me to think. I think they just announced I'm looking at the Transformers side and then at the Marvel Legends side.
Yeah.
You know what? Oh, you know what I would like them to do, and this is like super. Okay, I have your answer right here.
Awesome.
And this is one that's really, I feel like I'm gonna be alone on for the most part, but there's going to be
This is a safe
other
space,
people-
man. Safe space.
Other people are going to be down with this too, just not a lot. So it would be perfect for it to be San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. I want a Marvel Legends Giant Man that is approximately 10 inches tall. I want a Giant Man that's just that, because in those first few books, Giant Man's always giant, but he's not like 60-foot giant like the 2-foot HasLab.
Yeah.
And he's not regular 6-foot human size. He's like 10 feet tall or something like that. So
Yeah.
like if they did it like a nice 10-inch Giant Man, that would be sick. But again, they just did the HasLab with a 2-footer, you know, and it's like a lot of people are gonna much rather have that, or just probably say no to it. But to me, I think that would be an easy pickup, and it'll be a part of my growing Giant Man effect thing that I have up there, which I'm gonna have to change because damn.
See, I don't know if you can see it. Like, I don't know if you can see it in my my frame, but I have like I always thought it was a missed opportunity to not do Giant Man like the way they did Stilt Man.
Oh, well, how did they do that?
Like, you remember the Build-A-Figure with the legs? Like, this is my Stilt Man.
Right.
And like, I just think like if you wanted a 10 inch or something like that, if they made him like where like his legs could somehow just like extend up, or if you had a Build-A-Figure to have different alternate legs or something like that, make a torso to where it could be kind of like interchangeable with different legs or different arms.
So complicated though, man.
I know. I just like
the tooling would be insane, and yeah, that would be
that's a wish list. Yeah.
Yeah, and parts would be popping off by accident and all over the place.
Yeah.
I
had to actually like put 2 rods from Lowe's in my legs of my Stilt Man.
That's why you did that. Yeah,
Yeah.
mine are bending at the bottom. Oh, I mean, steal your
Yeah,
idea.
they're hollow suits. So like I found it on Reddit. Just get like this narrow, like just small rod. It's like 1/8 inch metal rod, and I just shoved them up there.
Oh, perfect.
And they stand perfectly straight, and it's solid, and it's perfect. Like, yeah, because like that was one of those ones where I was like, okay, I'm gonna army build this because I have a whole wave of hand ninjas back there.
Yeah,
and like he's goes all the
Mine
way up,
goes all the way up to the ceiling,
and he's completely straight, and nothing happens to it. Like it's just perfect.
Mine is up there. You can see
Nice.
by the Watchmen figures. All the way down there.
I don't know if you have Ollies, but like in your area, but like there's still hand ninjas at Ollies in this area, like to this day, and they're like $7.
Oh my god!
So like people are still armor building, just like building their Stiltmans to this day.
Damn,
yeah, man.
That cheap.
I want more figures like that. Like that was one that was like that was fun to build a figure and keep going army building. I want more stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean it's a pretty unique situation though. There's not that many characters that you could pile on that way. But...
Yeah, that's true.
Oh man, yeah. Just made so many changes over here. I have a collection video coming up, so I've just polished everything and got it all like looking snazzy. So I'm admiring my own collection. There's things I've added to it that I'm like, wow, that did come out looking cool. So,
I still like I don't show everybody like this part over here. My MCU collection like kind of fell down over there with my Spider-Man and stuff. So like a little bit fell down. So I'm hiding with some of the boxes I haven't opened. So I'm like, they won't see it on display whenever I have guests.
Yeah.
It's too far away back there.
Right.
Hide it off screen.
Yeah. Be clever.
Thank you so much for doing this, man.
Yeah, it was really fun chatting. Yeah. Thanks for having me.
If people don't know, where can they find the great ShartimusPrime or Russ?
The great ShartimusPrime or Russ. I prefer to go with Russ. The YouTube channel is called ShartimusPrime. I'm also on Instagram, and I post on TikTok once in a while. And I have my own stream called Hella Sick Figs, live stream called Hella Sick Figs with Century Productions, who's actually reviewing Marvel Legends before I was reviewing Marvel Legends.
Nice.
Weeks. Just by neck and neck. It was kind of like this weird thing. We inspired each other back and forth a lot. So it's a fun time. So
well, dude, thank you for doing this. Like I said, you were a huge inspiration for not only this, but like just help me through a hard time. And like I'm a fan for life. I watch your stuff weekly. Big fan. You even got me into some of my customs. Like I think like years ago, I don't know if you remember this. You probably don't. You talked to a lot of people, but I actually made my first customs, and I think I sent you some pictures. I was mad at the movie Magneto.
Oh yeah.
So I used that.
Nice.
I just used a Black Series Star Wars figure.
Okay, I was trying to figure out what figure that was.
Yeah. So it's just the Black Series, and I dremeled out. And then I got the original Magneto, and I took his cloak, and I took his lower little skirt thing.
There you go. Yeah.
Kind of made a kit bash out of it. Then I got that head from the Marvel Legend. Because
Yeah.
I hated that they didn't give us an old man body for Magneto.
Right. Yeah, it was definitely meant to be, more the young 60s Magneto.
So between that and like the ice slides, that's basically.
Oh yeah. Ooh, nice.
Yeah, because I always love ice slides. That was my
me
thing.
too.
I have that one. That was my first custom I ever did, and then I have another one on my other one that's a wraparound for my classic
cool.
X-Men line.
Excellent.
So yeah, like man, you're a huge inspiration. Thank you for doing this.
Hey, thank you. Yeah. No, thank you for watching and being part of the channel and everything.
Yeah, man.
It really means a lot. So thank you.
Yeah, man.
Appreciate
I'll let you go, and like this will be out in a couple weeks. Okay.
All right. Yeah. Keep me posted.
All right, man. Peace.
All right. Thanks for having me. All right.
Thanks, guys. Take care.
I'm loading the meat. I'm loading the meat. I'm loading the meat.